Okay. Yeah, I started it. Okay, 3, 2. One of y'all say hey. I don't want to say hi. Okay. 3, 2.
Hello.
I wasn't done yet.
What? You don't start on 2? What are you
I
talking
was
about?
counting. That's you. Hello, everyone. That's going in. I'm keeping that in.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to what are we called again? Those
I
guys with radio.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't. What is this? Where are all these Americans coming from? Hello, guys. What were we had a series of really interesting conversations before we decided to start recording.
Heather, Fran, Georgia, Greer, hello. I
Hello,
realized we need to start introducing ourselves.
Did you just say hello to yourself? Or
Yeah.
You just...
I did, actually.
Oh, me? I'm my favorite.
Heather, Greer, George.
Hey. Fuck you, Ringo.
Oh dear, that was a pale attempt at, well, anything really. I want to talk about. I want to kick the show off with talking about this Slate article in which people that choose to read whatever the hell they want in their own time are chastised by an asshole.
Right.
What?
There was an article that came out in Slate recently that said that if you read young adult novels as an adult, you should be embarrassed and ashamed and jump out the window.
Like, essentially, if you're not in high school, you shouldn't be reading young adult, which...
Yeah, which are just, okay. So
which I just read The Fault in Our Stars last week, so...
Yeah, fuck that. Alright, problem number 1, like, I do an incredibly demanding job, okay? On my downtime, I'll read whatever the fuck I like. Second of all, the conversation that we had before the podcast, it made me realise that the most fundamental problem with her argument is how the fuck do you define a young adult novel? It's like, Greer doesn't think that The Lovely Bones is young adult. I would classify
Yeah, I don't
it as young
see it
adult.
as young adult, because
it's because
the subject matter, but then again, I mean, if you read something like The Hunger Games is extremely violent. Like, if you've seen the movie, if you've seen any of the movies, does not pale in comparison to the books. Like, they couldn't show, like, most of the stuff that happened in the books just so they can... Like, if they had shown all the stuff that happened in the books, like, that would be an R-rated movie.
Dude, Mockingjay...
People getting their heads crushed in, and, like, it's...
Shit gets real in Mockingjay.
Oh, yeah. That's why I can't wait for that movie.
You know, but like shit gets real in Roald Dahl. Shit gets real in Harry Potter.
The Lovely Bones.
Like, yeah, shit gets very real in The Lovely Bones. And the problem with the article is that the crux of the argument was, well, you know, it's not whether or not it includes teenagers, and it's not like necessarily the subject matter. It's the depth and complexity with which it deals with those issues. And it's like, well, but you can deal with things in a complex and deep manner. You can have complex resolutions, and those things, it can still be palatable to young people. You know, it's just there are too many grey areas. Like, The Lovely Bones is written in a way that I think is very, very palatable to young adults, but it is very much complex subject matter, and there are complex resolutions. But and like Harry Potter, horrible things happen in Harry Potter, but it's definitely written for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, there's just
I would say what probably qualifies it as young adult is like the language in which it's written. Like, I don't want to simplify it really, like, how big are the words? Is it something that a high schooler could read without really being confused? The tone and that type of thing, and how things are handled, and the subject matter to an extent, because you can have really, like with The Lovely Bones, really adult things in a way that a high schooler can comprehend and handle, as opposed to like,
I mean, that's what
a
I
Song
mean
of
by
Ice
making
and Fire. Like, no, maybe. I mean, I guess high school you could read A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, like,
but
that's not...
Like, middle school, maybe not so much.
Yeah, like,
But I know what you mean, though. Like, that's what I meant by making it palatable. But like, that to me, though,
I mean, you have something like Ender's Game, and that uses a lot of long language and, because it's sci-fi, and that's classified as young adult. And I have not read Ender's Game, by the way. I know people who have, though, so.
I haven't read it either, but I think it's kind of like a category at this point. It's just like, I think it's more of a marketing term than anything.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at what your demographic is most likely to be, and you market it excessively to them. That's just a money-making thing. But to me, it's as meaningless as that. And the thing about language, like the kind of sophistication of the prose, like, to me, if you're saying that adults should only be reading things that are, that use lots of long words and what have you, then that to me seems really elitist of this writer. Why shouldn't adults that, aren't as adept at grasping complex language, why should they be excluded from enjoying stories?
Yeah.
It's so exclusive, it's so unhelpful, it's so elitist, and that kind of snobbery, that will just put people off reading altogether, because they're just going to think, well, I gave reading a go, but, they're telling me it's not for me. If I can't read things that other adults are reading, then maybe I shouldn't be reading at all. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe this isn't my world. And that sucks. We should be encouraging people to read. Like, do you know how many people I went to high school with, and like on their Facebook pages or MySpace, as it was back then, it would just be like, don't read, don't like reading. And it's like, no, I'm sure you would like reading. You just need to find
You just don't know how.
something that you like.
Yeah. Which was the case for most of the kids I went to school with.
I think it is. Go ahead, Fran.
Oh, no, well, I was just going to say, I think, it's sad. It's sad that they feel like they're excluded from that world.
And I'm reading the comments, and it's saying, like, I actually read an article a couple weeks ago about how more modern books are being, like the Hunger Games and stuff like that, are being put into English lit classes in high school, which is something I have to kind of, agree with, putting more modern books into, English lit classes, because before I read The Fault in Our Stars, I read Treasure Island, which is a book that came out in the 1800s. Did not super enjoy that book, only because half the time I didn't know what the fuck was happening. And I hope that's not, anything on my intelligence that I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. But it's an old book, and if you have kids these days that are going to be reading those older books, you're going to have to teach them how to read these older books. And most of the time going into these classes, they don't know how to read these older books. You have to get them on these modern books like The Hunger Games. And
that's why people don't like Shakespeare. It's like,
Shakespeare is still in curriculum most days, but it's mainly to teach, like, the themes instead of, like, the actual reading of it.
But like Greer, like, you've really hit the nail on the head there. You've completely
if you want to get kids reading, give them something that they'll enjoy and understand. Don't give them bullshit like Old Man in the Sea, or give them something like Catcher in the Rye. Like, Catcher in the Rye is, I would consider it a pretty modern day book, even though it came out a while ago. But I mean, it's still,
relatively speaking, like, it's modern language. It's modern enough. And
a lot of the classics, like, that they tended to teach in, like, English classes, it's usually something like, Shakespeare or Pride and Prejudice. It's not something that particularly younger kids are going to be like, oh yeah, I want to read the shit out of some Jane Eyre or whatever.
I mean, you have to think, like,
those books, but if you want to get kids to like reading, then you should probably include the more modern day. You should still teach classics.
There are important classics. Catcher in the Rye is a pretty important book, I think. I mean, there are important books. I mean, there's a lot of Shakespeare that's very important. There's
they are, and it's like
there's some Hemingway that's important. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is important. But you have
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is important. It's more than important. It is fucking essential.
You have books today that are going to be important 30 years from now. I think The Lovely Bones is going to be an important book. Yeah. The Hunger Games are going to be important books. What else? The Fault in Our Stars is going to be an important book in 30 or 40 years, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And what
people have stopped
point
crying.
as well at last.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, no, the really important thing is as well to remember is that, like, a lot of the kids that are being thrown into these into classes where suddenly they're being told to read Shakespeare, they're being told to read The Old Man and the Sea, like, they might have grown up and not read at all. They might have not grown up reading. They might struggle with reading because it's not something they've grown up doing. Like, the idiocy of saying, okay, you know, read this and try and understand the complex themes and the language when they haven't grown up reading. The idiocy of doing that just boggles the mind.
And that's why I liked some of my lit teachers, because there were a couple, actually, three of the four lit teachers that I had in high school weren't just like, here, read this and understand it. They're like, here's, you know, they didn't just say, you know, read this. They're like, here's how you need to read Of Mice and Men. Here's how you need to read, you know, what else? The Crucible, you know. You can't just jump into stuff like that and automatically expect
I wish my teachers had done
a 15-year-old to understand The Crucible, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But I think even then, I think the way you get kids to start being able to even comprehend that is, like you say, you have to tell them, you know, how to approach the subject matter and how to approach the actual kind of prose. But to even begin to do that, you have to be able to read. You have to be able to get from the beginning and the middle and the end.
Yeah, I really think if I hadn't had the right teacher, I wouldn't like The Crucible as much as I do. I love The Crucible. I like that book a lot. And I think if I had had the wrong teacher, I wouldn't like The Crucible. Like,
yeah,
it has to be, you know, older literature does have to be. You can't expect, you know, automatic understanding. That's mainly what, you know, you can't expect a 15-year-old to relate to Hemingway automatically.
I don't think I ever had a teacher that really taught, like, this is how you interpret the, like, I'm a huge reader, and I read a lot for fun, but I've never really been that good at, like, I can't break down the subtext and all that crap, because I don't think I ever really picked up on that well. I don't think I had a teacher that really taught that well for that.
I'm sorry.
I also didn't go to regular high school, so that might have helped. I was homeschooled for a while until I dropped out and got my GED, but...
Oh, wow.
So... I never really picked up on that, and that's something I really want to learn because I'm really into literature. So you're lucky, Greer. Damn it.
You shouldn't feel too bad, Heather. Like when when you're a kid, you don't even know what subtext is. You only know it because like they make you look for it. It's hard to find even when you do know what it is.
I mean, there were teachers that I had that we spent about 2 months on Catcher in the Rye. And at first I'm like, why are we spending too much on Catcher in the Rye? We read it 3 weeks ago. I want to finish this. But we had to go through and, you know, spot out this is what this symbol means. And, you know, there was a lot of, you know, there was a lot of emphasis from that particular teacher that said, you know, this isn't like the end all, you know, this is what this means. You know, you can interpret it any way you want. But this is how it's widely, you know, known as. You know, we went through all the symbolism in Catcher in the Rye, you know, with the actual, you know, the fantasies that Holden Caulfield would have, and, you know, the red cap and the records and the sister, and we went through all the symbolism, what everything means. And I think if I hadn't done that even in that particular class, because we talked about symbolism a ton, I wouldn't see as much symbolism. I wouldn't see as much symbolism as I do in books when I read by myself. I wouldn't, you know, I'm like, oh, that's a metaphor for that, you know.
But I think the thing is like
so much. That's why, because like you just want to, like, it's hard enough for kids to read because it's so boring, but then like they take a book and just like beat it into you, and you have to like, you know, go over every sentence, every detail, and it's like nobody wants to do that. And then no wonder kids like, I hate reading, because you're like forcing them to like look for stuff they don't want to look for.
That's a really good point, Georgia. Like taking the fun out of it. Like I think
I didn't like reading for years.
I didn't like reading usually just what they told me to read in school or what the assigned reading was. I'm like, I don't want to fucking read this.
Yeah. I would finish the assigned reading. I would finish the assigned reading and then go back to reading A Clockwork Orange, and they're like, "Why are you reading Clockwork Orange?"
Lolita.
And Lolita. I read Lolita in school. Like, it wasn't assigned. I was reading it on my own, and most of my teachers were like, "What the fuck are you reading?"
I know the other kids. When I got caught reading Lolita at school, like the other kids, like they read the back of the book and saw what it was about, and they made fun of me so much, bastards. But I fucking hate teenagers. But yeah, like I was really lucky because, like, I mean, Greer, I have to say, like, your school sounded amazing. Like
it wasn't that great. I had good lit teachers, and that's about it.
But I was really lucky. I got taught how to read Shakespeare because I did the acting training. Mm-hmm. Like, otherwise, I don't think I would be able to read and comprehend Shakespeare the way I can now.
Oh yeah, I mean, we read Shakespeare, we read Chaucer, we read that stuff, but, we didn't really. We read, in my freshman year, we were just kind of like, here's Shakespeare, read it and understand it. But then, like, later, like, in 12th grade, I took British Lit, and that's when we read more Shakespeare. And that's when
hell yeah.
That's when we read Canterbury Tales. We didn't read all of it. We read an abridged version of Canterbury Tales. And we were actually taught how to read it. We're like, oh, okay. 4 years ago, they didn't tell us how to read it.
I thought it was interesting when I was in year 11, which is 16, so that's in the UK, that's the last year of school. We leave school at 16 in the UK. We read Death of a Salesman, and I always thought that was really strange because that is so fundamentally American, Death of a Salesman. But I'm really, really glad I did because we're like inundated with American culture over here, and it's like understanding like where all that kind of comes from, I think, is really important. It really gives it context.
Did you read Catcher in the Rye in school?
No, we didn't read Catcher in the Rye.
That's pretty American.
You know what's funny? There's so many classic books out there, and yet I haven't read most of them because I think, like, a lot of them aren't in the school system. Like, you say, I haven't read Catcher in the Rye. I didn't read Death of a Salesman. I didn't read, that kind of stuff.
I remember,
I don't know. They had some classic books where I was, but not, like, all the classics. They had a couple of them, stuff that didn't,
In my school, they had classes that, they had different reading material. Like, I was in one of the few lit classes in, like, 11th or 12th grade that didn't read 1984. So I haven't read 1984.
I haven't read that either.
Read it.
Like, everyone else in the entire room.
I think most of the classics that I've read are just because I'm like, oh, they're classics, I should probably read them, like Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights, and the Shakespeare I've read, I just read because
I didn't read Wuthering Heights either. I was in a class where we didn't read Wuthering Heights or Jane Eyre. I have a copy of it. I have a copy of it, I just haven't read it.
Those are two of my favorites.
I like reading classics. Like, occasionally, like, I don't know, do you ever say to yourself, like, okay, with reading, I'm going to take myself out of my comfort zone, like, this week or this month, and I'm going to read something I wouldn't usually read?
Oh, yeah, like, I'm going to do that. Like, I have a bunch of classics downstairs. Like, I'm probably, like, I have a copy of Pride and Prejudice, which I've seen the movie in Pride and Prejudice, and I really like it, but I haven't read the book yet. So.
I started reading Pride and Prejudice, and I actually I didn't really get into it. I got to try again.
Watch the movie. The movie's really good. The movie with Keira Knightley in it.
I watched.
Oh no! You've got to watch the one with Colin Firth getting out of the river with his shirt off.
Oh yeah, that one.
I actually saw one of those like PBS things with the Wuthering Heights, and that's actually how I was like, oh, this looks cool. I'm going to read it, and that is one of my favorite books. Or not Wuthering Heights. It was Jane Eyre, but then I read Wuthering Heights, which is I actually like more than Jane Eyre. But
you know what? Like, that's really interesting what you said about Pride and Prejudice, though. Is like, if I start reading something that I know is a classic and really beloved, and I don't get into it, like, I just kind of, I have to say to myself, well, maybe it's not for me, and try not to, like, beat myself up too much about the fact that I don't want to finish it. Like, I loved The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's so fucking good, and I, like, devoured it. But I started, what did I start? I think it might have been, Pride and Prejudice. No, it was a while ago. I started something else of that ilk a while ago, and I couldn't finish it. And you just got to try not to hate yourself too much for that. And that's why all this elitism pisses me off, because it makes the whole experience.
Can we talk about The Fault in Our Stars? I really want to talk about that movie.
I just wanted to make a point.
Yeah, go on, Heather. Sorry.
Two things I just wanted to say real quick. I think I have to be, like, in a specific mood to really get into, like, sometimes I'll just pick up a book and kind of read the beginning of it and be like, I'm not really feeling it, put it back, and then read it later and actually finish it. So I think I have to be in a specific mood. Like, that's why I'm going to try and read Pride and Prejudice later on again. And back to our original point of the whole reading the young adult novels when you're an adult, it can be really annoying too, because a lot of these books that I've read that are young adult weren't published when I was a kid. So it's like, well, I can't read these books because I'm too old because they came out too late.
Yeah. How dare you be born before these books?
It's like, it's not my fault John Green hadn't published anything when I was in middle school. I mean,
it's all your fault.
God damn it.
I mean, that's with Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter, when did Harry Potter first get published?
Like the late 90s?
In the 90s?
Or something? Yeah. 1998.
Like, I was 5 when Harry Potter came out.
It's just another huge hole in her argument. You know, there are so many reasons why this woman is talking shit.
And, like, again, Narnia, I consider Narnia young adult, wouldn't you? Like, I guess, over here it's a little more young adult. I guess over in England it's a little more, like, this is a children's book, kind of like Harry Potter, but...
I would say Harry Potter arguably... Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
I said the main point being, read whatever the fuck you want, you should just be reading.
Yeah, go read John Green, though, seriously.
Yeah.
In fact, read whatever the fuck you want, you should just be reading.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the summation of our argument.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw The Fault in Our Stars yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, everyone? I cried like a little bitch.
I think that's the point of the movie, right?
Huh?
That's like the point, you know? It's one of those, like, you gotta bring your tissues.
But I was surprised because I didn't cry in the book, but then Shailene Woodley's acting is just really good, and I'm like, oh my god. This is happening in front of me. Oh my god, that hurt a lot.
Was it a good movie, though?
It was great. It was honestly really good.
Okay, you didn't cry because it was shit then.
No, it was good. It was great. A very good adaptation.
So terrible.
This is such a piece of crap.
Stop. It was a very good adaptation. It was a really good book to movie adaptation. Probably the best I've seen in a few years. Besides, the Hunger Games is pretty faithful to the book, but
yeah, it's fairly faithful.
I mean, I'm glad there were a couple of subplots that I wanted to talk to Heather about it because she's actually read the book and hasn't seen the movie. But there were a couple things that they cut out, like in the book, Hazel had that friend, that preppy girl that she hung out with sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like, she isn't in the movie.
Yeah, I can see this.
It's kind of a useless subplot. But, like, they cut out and I kind of wish they'd left this in, but it was already, like, a 2.5-hour movie, so, but I kind of wish they had kept in how they were talking about, in the book, how Gus had a girlfriend before Hazel that had died.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have that in the movie, which was kind of... I think it almost hurt it, because if you haven't read the book, you look at Augustus Waters and you're like, whoa, this guy is way too perfect. Where are his flaws? Besides the fact that he has a prosthetic leg, but, you're like, where are...
It's not really a flaw.
Yeah. Like, where are his flaws?
His flaws is that he doesn't exist.
Augustus, why are you so perfect?
Yeah. But you look at him and you're like, why is he so perfect? But he has I think he has a lot more flaws in the book. They also cut out, remember when they're about to go to Amsterdam and Hazel and her mom are at the door and they can hear Gus arguing with his parents?
Oh, they cut that out?
Yeah, they cut that out.
Oh, boom.
So he's a lot more flawless in the movie, but I mean, by the end of it, it's a little better by the end of it. I mean, at the beginning you're like, oh, this guy is like, how is this guy even real? Like, it's obviously like, you're like, oh, it's fiction, whatever, but this guy is way too perfect. And I mean, I kind of felt that way at the beginning of the book too, but then by the end you can see like how flawed of a person he is, and how he wants to keep loving Hazel even though she's terminal, and that's a pretty big flaw, actually. The fact that he wants to keep loving her and is hopelessly in love with her even though she is terminal. So I feel like that's a pretty big flaw now that I think about it.
That's not a flaw. Love is love, and it can't be stopped.
Yeah, but the movie was great. I liked it a lot.
Didn't they say that Looking for Alaska got optioned for being a movie?
I think I heard that someone bought the rights.
I just read that, and it's really, it's my favorite John Green book so far. It's also really sad, but it's so good. Damn it, John.
No, but that was, go see that movie. It's good. It's, I could see how it, to the naked eye, it could get lost in the teenage romance schlock. But, I mean, hopefully people will look past it and try to go see it, because it's good. I don't know. The acting is great. Willem Dafoe is in it and is great.
Oh, Willem Dafoe. Does he at any point have
He told them to get out because they weren't Spider-Man.
Oh, what?
Spider-Man!
Think about it, hero. That was my Green Goblin impression. Did you like it?
Good job.
That's 2 years of drama school. But,
no, Willem Dafoe looks like a piece of shit in that movie. They got him up he plays like an author who's kind of like a drunk and is a jerk, and they really made him look like a drunk guy. He has this scraggly beard and he looks great.
Let me have a look at him. Oh, holy shit! Yeah, he looks terrible. Although, I mean, he's a weird-looking man. Let's be serious.
He was good in it, though. He played.
Well, he's a good actor. So.
He played pretentious drunk author really well.
Do you know what?
Drunk author. Was that his name in the credits?
He's got his face is characterful, I think, which is a good thing. Actually, I think that's a very good thing for an actor. He's got a lot of character in his face.
Yeah, so it's a good movie. Try not to cry, and I'll give you $100. Come out of that movie without a tear in your eye, I'll pay you up front.
That sounds impossible.
Okay, I'm taking you up on that because I have no heart.
Okay. No,
Is that in dollars or pounds, Greer?
Rubles.
Rupees.
Wait, Heather has no heart? She must be Doc, huh?
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Someone's just posted one of these. Tell me if you've seen one of these, guys. The girl you just called fat, she's on diet pills. The girl you just called ugly, she spends hours putting makeup on hoping people will like her. Blah, 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 blah. I bet 95% of you won't repost, but I'm sure the people with a heart will.
Bullshit.
Guess what? I'm instantly not posting it because you asked me. You tried to guilt me into it, so fuck you.
Heather, you were right.
If you don't post, you're going to hell. You know?
It's such horseshit. Like, what the hell difference is posting that horseshit gonna make?
The worst ones are the like or share if you love Jesus, ignore if you love Satan. Well, shit, I guess I'm a Satanist now.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Or if you
that's hilarious.
Where do I sign up?
So I found a crazy link, and I sent it to the girls on the podcast, and I don't know if any of them clicked it, but it's these inventions. I have heard of a few of these on World Summits, but yeah, these are crazy inventions from around the world, and they're
here we go.
They're just
most hilarious inventions ever. Oh wow, a scooter stroller taking your baby on a walk just got awesome. So
that's pretty cool, actually.
That's terrible.
Incredible.
You want to put a helmet on your baby, though, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. But it's not actually that dangerous. I mean, people take their babies cycling. People put their babies in,
Actually,
seats.
yesterday when I was at work, someone went down the escalator with their cart and there had the kid in it. So.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, some people don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, that's not giving a shit. That's
that Thai flask reminds me of remember when Carl Pilkington said that he wants to put pockets on ties?
Yeah, actually, oh my god.
What would you put in a pocket tie?
Talking of hilarious inventions, Carl Pilkington, on I think the last season of Idiot Abroad that he did before Warwick Davis, he invented as one of his it was the bucket list season where he got to choose the adventures that he went on. One of the things on his bucket list was to invent something, and he invented something called the what was it? The Pilco pump pan.
Oh yeah,
and
I know about
it. It was like this inflatable arse that you carry around in your trousers, so that if you want to have a sit down.
It's like a pillow, but it's like on your butt in your pants.
Oh my
and then you take the arse out and you use it as a pocket. So Stephen Merchant and Ricky Gervais was like, well, okay, just like, and they started sticking it was mental. They started sticking cutlery in it, and Carl Pilkington was just walking around with fucking china cups clanking around in his arse. It was mental.
Oh my god.
And then he actually sold a few of them because
he did, probably to people a bit like my granddad that are a bit eccentric and don't mind looking like shit if it means practicality.
Yeah. He actually went on
dead, by the way.
I guess it's your version of a home shopping network where he went on and sold. I think they made 5 of them or something.
Yeah, we have home shopping. You do? Wow, this is amazing. Prevent perverts from sitting on you ladies by wearing hairy leg tights.
Oh my.
You could just say a lot of money, stop shaving.
They are
really, it would be hilarious.
They are really hairy, though. I mean, they're hairier than my legs could get if I stopped shaving.
Real. Yeah. They look so real. Oh.
That is extraordinary.
I'm so shave.
Do you know? Oh my god! All right, okay. Talking of attire that may put people off. I can't. How am I going to describe these socks that my friend? My friend Steph got me a pair of socks from Japan that they have faces on them and they look like they're sucking off penises, which are my legs.
Oh my god!
Awesome!
They are the best fucking thing on the planet. They're the greatest invention of all time.
Can you? Oh my god! Yeah. Find a picture of those, please. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'll take after we've done the show. I'll take a picture, and that can be our cover photo for the show.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
All right, okay, deal.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. So we've done hairy legs. Oh, right, okay, someone else is going to have to explain what the hell that is.
It's like a grill that goes on your fucking...
It squishes your stomach fat so that it looks like you have ab lines.
I
wanted...
Of course, it's white men.
While you guys look at these, can I talk about Game of Thrones with Heather really quick?
Yay!
Yay!
Feels.
God, last Sunday really hurt me.
Yeah.
It literally came to your house and beat the crap out of her.
That was super painful for me.
Guys, I'm gonna have to take my headphones out at this point because of spoilers. Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
I want to talk about you watching you've gotten through the first 7 episodes.
Oh, okay, all right. And
talk
then
about that shit.
All right, okay. You talk about the recent one after I've done this though, because I shouldn't prevent you from being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've watched the first, I think, 7 episodes, and so far I'm warming to it much, much more. I really, really like the fact that I'm trying to remember her name. She's married to the Dothraki man. I really like
Daenerys.
Yeah, Daenerys. I really like the fact that she sorted her brother out at long last because he was a cunt.
Oh my god, yes.
And that was good. That was worth the wait. And seeing her become like this powerful like warrior queen
for
woman.
A king.
She's fucking sweet. Like she's my hero. I really like slowly seeing Joffrey turn into what I assume is going to be a psychopath.
Oh.
I don't think we're quite there yet, but I've heard enough Game of Thrones spoilers to know that Joffrey is gonna.
Goodness! Aren't you in for a lovely surprise?
I can't hear you guys. La la la.
What else? I really like Jon Snow's storyline with all the other people that are learning how to fight in the war. I really like Sam. I love Sam. Samwell is adorable. Who else? I can't remember her name. Ned Stark's daughter that's learning how to fight.
Arya.
Yeah, Arya. I love the tutorial.
I'm looking at the plot for episode 7. You finally met Charles Dance as Tywin Lannister.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember. Maybe I haven't got that. Maybe
he was
it's episode 6.
He was cutting the deer open.
Lovely.
Hang on. Maybe I'm only on episode 6.
What was the last one you saw? Where Golden Crown for a King? Was that the last one you saw?
Yeah, I think that was the last one I saw.
That was episode 6, okay. Next episode you get to meet Tywin Lannister, who's the Lannister, who's Jaime and Cersei and Tyrion's dad. And Charles Dance as that character is the most perfectly cast person on that show.
Okay, that's awesome, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I really like Arya. I love Ned. And I'll tell you who I fucking hate. I'll tell you who I want to die. I'll tell you who I want to burn in hell. Arya and Bran's sister, the one that wants to marry Joffrey.
Sansa's great!
She is a little bitch. Is she great? Really? She's not great yet. Right now, she's a little cow.
She's basically like your stereotypical little teenage girl now. Basically, she's awful.
Sansa gets about 10 times better.
Really? Okay, I look forward to that.
Basically, everything goes to hell for Sansa, and she has to nut up or shut up.
Right. Yeah. Right now, she's like sucking Joffrey's dick, and it's making
she nuts
sick.
up after a while because Joffrey.
Good.
Yeah.
Because Joffrey.
Yeah.
Joffrey. So many things in Game of Thrones seem to be answered with because Joffrey.
Just because Lannisters.
Because Lannisters.
Be a bad dude.
Fucking Lannisters.
I really like oh god I really like King Robert Baratheon or whatever his name is. I love him.
He's such a delightful drunk.
Robert's pretty cool.
He's a fantastic character. I mean, like, I know that, like, probably all this stuff is kind of old news to you guys because I'm only on the first season, but, like, I really like, I just like the character. I like the performance. Basically, like...
You like Peter Dinklage?
Words cannot describe how much I like Peter Dinklage. Like doesn't even begin to cover it. I mean, that performance is just genius. I mean, isn't he like, don't you agree with me that he's like kind of strangely attractive in that role? Oh god, no, oh god, completely. Yeah,
I don't really think it's strange. Like, to me, it's like, Tyrion is so intelligent.
Yeah.
But isn't it the same way that people they like Alan Rickman as Professor Snape? You know, they like that kind of.
That's because Alan Rickman is dead sexy.
Alan Rickman's pretty hot though, but.
I'm sorry, Peter Dinklage is fucking hot.
Yeah, he really is though. But in that role, he's like really sleazy, and you're like, I like this, and I don't know why.
I know, I like it. I know why I like it. I like it because it's hot.
And you get your first glimpse of crazy Aunt Lysa. Lysa Arryn. You know, the Lady of the Vale who breastfeeds her kid.
You had me at crazy Aunt.
Yeah. I think that was episode 6, right?
Yeah.
When he was...
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Where Tyrion has to partake in the duel or they won't release him. Yeah. And yeah, she's breastfeeding her 10-year-old and he's like,
Make the little man fly.
He's horrible.
Cuddles.
Yeah, he is terrible. That's a terrible kid.
Creepy. Yeah, that kid is. That
over the fact that he's supposed to have epilepsy in the books.
Really?
And they haven't really touched. Yeah, they haven't touched on that at all in the show. That's why they keep saying, like, he's so weak and stuff. It's because he has epilepsy. Mm-hmm. Like, there's points where he'll get upset and he'll have a fit in the books. And the fit being an epileptic, he'll have a seizure, basically.
Speaking of the books.
Okay, all right. This is where I'm going to take my. I'm going to take my headphones out. Hang on.
I have all the books now. I have all the books.
You read all the books now.
I haven't read all the books. They were on clearance at Target for $29.
Nice.
Amazing. Yay. I just started Clash of Kings the other day.
Yay!
It's gonna take a while.
That is some aggressive typing.
Yeah, what's going on?
Fran's typing. Guys, let me know when I can come back. Okay. Anyway, so the Mountain and the Viper. God damn. I
just had the awful thought.
What?
Spoilers, anybody that's listening. I just
had
this, like, the mountain kind of just popped his head like a pimple.
Yeah, it really did, though. That was
some intense shit right there.
That looked great, though. That looked really good.
Effects.
Enough where I almost vomited, but, you know, it's great. It blows my mind that Sansa is protecting Peter Baelish.
Can I just say that's not really how it went in the book? She didn't just decide to fucking protect him.
I mean, I understand, like, why, and, you know, I think it's getting a little Stockholm Syndrome-ish, only because I know that, like, Sansa's so fucked up now because her parents are dead, and everyone that she thinks her sister's dead, and she thinks that everyone is dead. So, and, like, Peter Baelish is really her only, like, the only person that likes her now. So I can see why she would, you know, be trusting of him, even though that he is always lying. But
God, I was watching I was watching it with my sister because I was bleaching her hair, but I was making comments mostly in that scene with basically the I guess it's the Lords of the Vale and Peter being interviewed about what happened to Lysa. And I'm just like, oh, that's not how it happened in the book. And I'm like, could Peter be any more of, like, at the end when Sansa is basically like, oh yeah, she went crazy and committed suicide, and she's crying, and then she gets hugged by that woman, and she looks at Peter and she just kind of stares at him without crying, and he kind of smirks. I'm like, you're in a room with other people. Do not smirk yet.
Don't smirk yet.
Step away from, like, popping out a mustache and twirling it right now. Could you stop?
I'm gonna tie Sansa to these train tracks. I love Aidan Gillen, though. I love him in that role.
I love him, but it's like, dude, could you take it down just a couple notches? I mean, fucking hell, man.
You know what else I love? I love Grey Worm and Missandei. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Missandei, I think.
I love that. That's adorable.
I don't know how I feel. That's also that's an add-in. It's not in the books.
Really? I like it, though.
I was just like, whatever. I mean, it's just like throwing a random romance because reasons, I guess.
I mean, yeah, because there really isn't much going on with Daenerys besides, you know, Dario Naharis and Jorah, and then them finding out that, oh yeah, Jorah's banished now, which sucks. That made me cry.
Poor Jorah.
Jorah, I was hurting so bad because Daenerys is like, get out. And I'm like, no, don't leave. I was so sad.
If it makes you feel any better,
doesn't understand.
If it makes you feel any better, Jorah does come back later on.
Yay!
Like, not so far as he's with Daenerys, but he does appear again in the book, so he's not completely gone, so that's good.
Yeah, I knew he's not gonna like gone from the show completely. But...
No. In the books, I'm just kind of mildly creeped out by Jorah because he's obviously into Daenerys and she's still technically like a child.
Yeah.
So like.
Well, I mean, you have Darian Naharis and he's like hitting on her and stuff. So they sexed.
Yeah, that's totally.
They did the sex though.
It's completely mutual in that one. I have to kind of be like. Okay. It's like the relationship with her and, fuck. What was her husband's name? Why am I drawing a blank on this? Khal Drogo. I knew it was a D word. All I could think was Dothraki. But, yeah, it's kind of like the relationship with her. It's like, it's got that creepy, like, oh yeah, this is technically pedo, but then you're like, well, it's consensual, so it's a gray area, is what I'm saying.
There's a lawnmower outside. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hear lawnmower.
No!
Should we bring
back? Can I come back?
Yeah, you can do it, yeah.
Good timing.
I just got done saying that there's a lawnmower outside, and I apologize for any lawnmower.
My dog.
Yay!
My mom just showed up. Hold on.
Alright, I gotta get my cat in here, and then we'll have a chorus going.
Yay!
I'm just gonna play a clip of Fat Grandma saying Ducks Rock.
Ducks Rock!
Ducks Rock!
Oh my god.
Okay, can I talk about how sad I am that Welshie's blip has been deleted?
Yeah, you can.
Is
well, it's not gone yet, I don't think, but...
No, it's going in July, as far as he's aware. But his goodbye video was beautiful. Has everyone watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
I saw a little gift set of it, though, at the end of it.
It is...
Fran, you're in it!
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know, right? We're talking about Matt's, as in Welshie's goodbye video, and how utterly...
It's so sad.
George is in it, too. I saw her.
Yeah, George is in it. I'm in it. I'm in it when he talks about the most devoted of fans, and then it cuts to me as female Welshie getting turned into him by the makeover fairy. And can I just say, like, if Matt still listens to this, like, thank you for that experience. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I am so sad that you're going, but that video.
I really wanted to see that character again. I'm actually kind of sad for you. Actually,
I'm quite sad that I won't get to be that character again.
I want to see that character again.
I feel like that's a door that's closed. Playing that character again. But no, I mean, no. The video was perfect. It was so beautiful, and the end with Fat Grandma, perfect.
I'm 26 years old!
Yeah!
You hush your mouth!
Let me tell you the story of Demo Reel.
Not very long.
Oh my god.
That was
Well,
perfect.
we will miss you and we love you, and yeah, he's still gonna be at MagFest apparently, so I will...
Oh, yes! That is what I wanted to hear.
And he told me he's still open for, like, cameos and, you know, for being in other people's videos and stuff.
Come back on the show!
Yes, we'll try and get him on here.
I can sit in the corner and not talk again.
No! I could not be there again. I could conveniently not be there again. How about that? Man, oh man. No, Matt, you're awesome. I'm so happy you're going to be at MagFest again. I'm so happy you went out on a high, and I'm going to miss you. You bloody
I know, we're all going to miss you, Matt. We're like... I mean, I kind of talked to him a little yesterday, and, like, he's doing really well with it. Like, he wanted to end, and it's like, they're going to take his stuff away anyway, so why not just end on a good note? Mm-hmm. And
I think that's...
Love you. I'll see you at MagFest.
Oh, you wanted to talk, Heather, about Markiplier and his secret girlfriend.
Markiplier and his secret girlfriend.
Guys, Markiplier is Welshie's girlfriend.
Okay.
God, I hope so.
I ship it. Okay. So
get the fuck out.
Heather's mad at Markiplier fans because...
Alright, listen up, you fuckers. Okay, no.
Listen up, you little bitches.
No, I keep seeing things on
Tumblr
about...
Bitches be misbehaving.
Y'all need to get your shit together, and I'm gonna learn you today. Okay.
Heather is
fat grandma.
Okay, so I keep seeing these things of people being like, I think Mark has a secret girlfriend because, I don't know, I think the last one because that skit he did with Syndigo with the superheroes, they heard a chick because they had that...
Oh my God, that was a fucking skit.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, woman, or there's a vagina in the vicinity, somebody must be fucking it. So, so I keep seeing people saying that they think he's got this theory that he has a secret girlfriend because he's so strong and brave and handsome that he couldn't possibly be single.
Can't possibly be living the single guy life.
These are my issues with this.
Which I've heard is a pretty easy life, so.
First of all, if it's a secret girlfriend, which is something that I need to acquire because it just sounds awesome, obviously if he wants to keep it private, we shouldn't be speculating about it because he wants to keep it private. That being the case if he does have this supposed secret girlfriend. Secondly, shock of all shocks, it's okay to be single. Asexual or romantic relationship is not the end-all be-all of everyone's existence. He's allowed to choose to be single. If he doesn't want to be in a relationship, he doesn't want to be in a relationship.
I think the main reason is just because he's always talking about how busy he is, and I'm like, he doesn't have time.
It would seem perfectly logical for him to be like, he's so, like, into his videos and making his fans happy that I can see him being like, look, I'm not interested in a relationship right now.
Yeah.
Totally. Thirdly, go ahead, Fran.
No, I was just going to say, there is an idea that if you're single, the older you get particularly, like, that there is something wrong with you, that you can't meet someone. Like, I know that people at work think that about me. I know they think I can't meet someone, and it's
that
like,
bugs the crap out of me. Fuck
you. There's nothing wrong with me. Fuck off. Well, there are a lot of things wrong with me. I would date the fuck out of all of you.
Yay!
I'll date you, Fran.
I'll date the shit out of all three of you, and you'll like it. Okay,
Fran,
yeah,
do you want to be my secret girlfriend?
I would love to be your secret girlfriend.
Yeah.
But make sure you keep it a secret, though.
The honor. Yeah. Oh, fuck, yeah. Heather, fuck you, I don't want to be your secret girlfriend.
Whoa.
Now, meet me behind the bins.
Are we in high school?
Totally.
Is this a high school setting? Are we playing a visual novel?
No, Greer, it's not high school, it's young adult.
Oh, yeah.
Heather, you were making a point.
Yes. My next point is that this whole secret girlfriend thing is kind of, it bugs me because it's making the assumption that he is 100% straight, which as far as I know, he's never explicitly said. Based on the jokes that he's made, I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark and say that he's into chicks. But that doesn't mean
he's probably stated it somewhere.
Possibly. I don't know.
I don't know.
For all we know,
I'm going to say that he has, and I'm going to, yeah.
He could be anywhere on the sexual orientation spectrum, and it just bugs me that people automatically make the assumption that he's straight.
I'm about 99.8% sure that he likes boobs.
Whatever. But I know what you mean. Like, people are always. He can like boobs. He can like boobs and like penises, and also like people. People are assumed straight, and they shouldn't be, because people shouldn't be assumed anything.
I think I covered all my issues with that. So basically, stay up out of Markiplier's business.
But let me be happy and watch him play Corpse Party, for the love of God, because I want that Let's Play to last forever.
I think a lot of it also has to do with like fangirls being like, I think they want to know if he has a girlfriend so they can keep the hope that they can someday like get with Markiplier. But I'm just like,
I need to keep that hope alive for myself, like, Heather.
I was gonna say, like, to be fair, I do get that feel. Yeah, I get that.
People got mad when I remember about a year ago when people fangirls got mad when they thought Tom Hiddleston was dating someone, and I'm like, why the fuck are you mad? He's not gonna date you.
Well, you're probably never gonna meet him.
Yeah.
Date you.
Right?
Guys, I just died, but I'm back now.
Yeah, you were gone for a few seconds.
I'm like Jesus. But yeah. I know, right? Happy Easter.
Wait, so
yeah, like I do.
Dating somebody? I thought he was dating, what's her name, Jessica Chastain.
I think that was a rumor.
I think that was a rumor. That's what you
No,
sound like.
Oh, Sophia, you're broken up without me, aren't you?
No, the way he said Happy Easter was really.
Don't. Give me some.
Oh my god.
Oh, have what she's having.
This motherfucker.
Anyway, yeah, I was gonna say I totally get the feeling of needing to keep the hope alive with celebrities. Like film. Never mind.
Like Matt Bomer. I don't know.
Like that one guy.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like
That one guy. His name starts with M. And his surname starts with a B. I'll leave it up to you to decide who the fuck I'm talking about.
You know what I want to talk about?
Matthew, fuck.
No. You know what I want to talk about? How
That's his porn name, I bet.
how I'm just totally, absolutely 100% on board with Star Wars Episode 7 because Lupita Nyong'o and Brienne of Tarth are going to be in it.
Yay.
I'm not even in.
I am beyond excited.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. They're just going to be in it, and I feel such an attachment to Gwendolyn Christie plays Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones, and
She's awesome.
I feel such an attachment to her because as a tall girl, as a fellow tall girl with a strange body frame, I feel such like a connection with her because she is also a tall girl with a strange body frame, and I'm like, this gives me hope.
Hang on, I don't think I know what she looks like. What's her name?
Gwendolyn Christie. She's you'll see her in season 2 of Game of Thrones.
Gwendolyn
I love
Christie.
her so much.
She is the greatest character on the show.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, holy shit, she's really beautiful.
She's like 12 feet tall. Fucking lawnmower! I'm gonna go outside and beat that guy up. But yeah, she's adorable. I love her.
It
But
sounds
Lupita Nyong'o.
background.
She's gonna be
What else
Mockingjay
can I
too.
say? Honestly, what else can I say about Lupita Nyong'o?
Nothing needs to be
She's
said.
pretty flawless.
I mean, I'm in love with her to the point where I pretty much reject all else.
Is she your girlfriend?
She's my secret girlfriend. Sorry, Heather.
Yes.
You're
I'll have to
okay. You're
cancel,
okay with Fran
what
leaving
you
you for Lupita Nyong'o.
Sure as hell couldn't blame her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heather, you would have left me for Lupita Nyong'o had you had the opportunity.
Of course.
I wonder if people call her Peter for short.
I think people just call her Lupita, because it's like Madonna. It's just one name. And most of the time I've heard it's because fucking people can't pronounce her last name, and I'm like, it confuses people because there's an apostrophe in there or something. It's like, I don't know how to say that.
I love the fact that I know how to say Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel.
Like where?
I can't.
Oh, did I say it wrong? That's embarrassing.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know, but you're
There's
smart.
an I in there. It's.
What?
I
I don't
shouldn't
even
be
know
smug
what we're
about
trying
pronouncing-
to say.
We're trying to say the name of the guy that starred in 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's
Yeah, I'm not even
Chiwetel
gonna attempt
Ejiofor.
that.
They pronounced it at the Oscars, but I still don't remember how they
I'm
pronounced
calling
it.
him Bob.
Did they pronounce it Dazim?
Adele Dazeem. No.
Adele.
Travolta was not reading his
Thank
name.
God they didn't have John Travolta announce
Oh,
Chiwetel
God, can you
Ejiofor's
imagine-
name.
Can you
poor
imagine
guy
John
has, like-
Travolta trying to pronounce
John
that?
Travolta had an easy name.
You know what? The poor guy's dyslexic. Okay, come on.
Is he
Give
though?
him-
Oh, is he? Oh, no, I feel bad if he's dyslexic.
I'd have to do research on that because I don't know. I've
I'm
heard
not gonna-
that, but
I'm
I
not
have
gonna
not
say.
seen any concrete evidence.
He's also
Well,
a
I heard it from
Scientologist,
somebody else.
He is also a Scientologist.
so that cancels out any sympathy I had for him.
Or any, like, he believes that fucking Scientology. It'd be
But what is
hard
it
for me
that
to
we're,
believe
like-
anything that he claims that he has.
Yeah, I mean, if you're claiming
I
to
think
have
he
a
must
high-
think he has aliens in his brain or something. It'd be kind of hard.
Yeah, no, what Scientologists think the ones with the high thetan levels that are privy to this information, they think that we're lost alien souls.
Yay, we're aliens.
Yeah.
I know, right? Awesome. But bollocks.
In space!
I can hear shouting in the background.
Oh, there's some asshole driving by with his music blaring. I don't know.
Oh, what
I was gonna say, my cat was just meowing at me.
Meow!
It's like,
Meow.
bitch, I ate all my food. What are you gonna do about this?
Oh my god, I made the most epic curry tonight.
Oh,
I've never had curry.
Oh,
I've
it
had
was so
curry. No, I'm kidding.
good. It was the fucking bomb. It was so good.
I think we were pretty intelligent in this episode, besides the fact we can't pronounce Chiwetel Ejiofor, but...
Yeah, this was one of the...
I can't pronounce anything, so...
Yeah, I can't even speak.
Dude, I got Rosetta Stone, and I'm trying to learn Spanish, and I get angry when it tells me I mispronounce something.
No, Rosetta
like, no,
Stone,
fuck you, you're saying it wrong.
Mispronounced it. You learned Spanish. My dad's learning Spanish, and he's gonna go and teach maths in a cave in Spain.
Whoa, cool.
Seems legit.
Legit. No, apparently this is a real thing. Like there are caves in like little villages in Spain that are like decked out to be like homes, and my dad is gonna go and live in one for a summer and learn Spanish and tutor maths.
Wow.
Cool.
He's a maths teacher who's learning Spanish.
How weird, you spend your summer in a cave.
I know, right? But
you know who that's normal for, Georgia? Cavemen.
Nerds. Nerds.
Are you racist against cavemen?
Oh, I missed what you said.
I don't think that's a race.
No, I said, you know who didn't have to worry about the Georgia? Cavemen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They didn't have to worry about spending a summer in a cave, because you know why? They lived in...
I'm a horrible person.
I'm really trying really hard to like, oh my god, Georgia's a racist.
Sorry.
I just think she's a racist against nerds.
Oh,
Nerds spend their time. Well, it might as well be a cave, basement, cave, whatever.
yeah. Hopefully, when I move into the new house, my computer room will be less sunny. I'm tired of the sun coming in through this window. I really hate it.
Ah, natural light.
Natural light, no. Then it gets a glare on my screen, and I hate it when I'm trying to do stuff.
You sparkle.
I can get when I play Amnesia, which I've only been playing for like 20 minutes at a time.
Oh yeah, there's like little spurts where it'll be like, Heather's playing Amnesia, and I'm like, oh okay, and it'll be like, oh what am I trying to say even?
I don't know, Greer, but
you're playing it? Yeah, you're playing it like 20 minutes at a time, and I'm like, you should be playing it like an hour at a time.
You're so damn mind. No, I was playing it. The last time I played it, I got a text message and the table vibrated, and I was like, motherfucker! Get the shit out of me. Despite the fact that I was sitting next to a lamp in a room with two other people, I was still getting freaked out. My sister laughing at me going, fuck!
Do you know what, like, my worst, like, art imitates life moment would be? Like, watching 1408 and getting trapped in, like, a room or a lift or something. Like, I would shit my pants if that happened. Like, 14... Oh.
I gotta see that movie again. It was so good.
1408, right? Okay, I cannot listen to that. The Carpenters. It's only just begun.
I want to see it. You know, I only saw it one time. I saw it in the theaters, and then I went back in and watched it again, and that was the only time I saw it. I want to see it again. It was really good.
I've seen it twice. It is one of the scariest films I've ever seen. 1408.
I just saw the theatrical cut.
I saw the director's cut. The director's cut is kind of, it's scary in a different way. I think in some ways it's scarier. But I don't know. It sort of depends on what scares you. Like, I think that's quite subjective. I won't ruin it for you, the director's cut.
I'll check it out. That sounds cool.
Yeah, you should watch the director's cut though. I think the director's cut. I think it's the one on the DVD.
Awesome.
So yeah, but no, 14. Oh,
you know
sorry.
what I love? Recently, I was when the Ultimate Warrior died, I was showing Joe all the Ultimate Warrior crossover reviews that they did, and they did that. What was it? Insano and Linkara were sitting in the room, and then the clock started playing. We've only just begun, and Insano's like, kill it. And they beat.
Do you know what, like, I think one of the scariest bits in the whole movie is, like, and it's, like, really, really near the end.
The movie, but yeah, go ahead. What is it?
Well, no, it's interesting, because it's one of the few bits that's taken verbatim, from, because the novella is really, really short, so a lot of the movie is kind of like, it is not from the novella at all. Like, the basic premise is the same, obviously, but the stuff that happens when it's in the room is expanded on greatly. But one of the few things from the book is the scene where he picks up the phone and you just hear the voice on the intercom just going, 8, this is 8. We have killed your friends. All your friends are now dead. And it's just that in the movie scared the crap out of me.
Oh my God.
I think it might have been Stephen King's voice doing it, but fuck me, that scared me.
It's been, I need to watch it again because I don't remember that scene. It's been so long.
It's where the phone starts melting, and
I forgot about that too. Damn.
It's a good movie.
I've had the unfortunate circumstance of the other day of buying the most uncomfortable headphones I've ever worn.
Right.
My ears.
What are they like?
Like, they're not the ones that have like the gel tips that like go into your ears. They're like the ones. They're like earbuds, but they have those things that go around in your ear, kind of.
Oh God.
But the problem isn't that; it's the actual buds, which are really hard and are like they're not gel or anything, and they don't have any padding on them, so they hurt against my ear.
And they never fit. They never fit properly. This is our consumer section of the show. Don't buy those earphones.
Yeah, but the gel ones are like $20. Like the good gel ones, because I keep buying earbuds and then they keep breaking. So hopefully these ones will actually last a while. If I like fit them loose on my ear, like it's okay. But
my husband keeps breaking his, and I'm just like, "Are you chewing on them? What are you doing?"
No, but I swear to God, Heather, I'm exactly the same. I'm probably wearing right now, from like my entire life, this is probably my 50th pair of headphones because they just break. I don't know what it is. I'm cursed.
My problem is that like one of the wires gets loose in one of the buds, and one side doesn't work anymore.
Mostly because my headphones are usually like crumpled up at the bottom of my bag.
Or that, or I accidentally like pull on them a lot. So the wire will get like, it'll fall out or it'll just rip out of the other ear, and I'm like, well, the ear doesn't work anymore. Now I can only hear out of one ear. Great!
Yay! Oh, by the way, guys, I found a picture that we should use as our cover photo today. It's a picture that I made ages and ages and ages ago.
We're not gonna use that derp face?
Or, I wanted to use the sock one.
Yeah, the blowjob socks. I think, I don't really have anything else to add. Do you guys?
No.
I think we're good.
Okay. The picture was of Ann Coulter, and it had the word dickhead on her forehead.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
Well, that's just obvious.
Yeah.
You don't need to write dickhead on her forehead. It's kind of...
No, you really don't, but it made me happy.
Her face says it all.
Did make me happy. Ann Coulter, if you're listening, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Really passionate.
I feel very passionate about that sentiment. Yeah, I think I don't have anything else to add. How about you guys?
Nah.
No.
Nah. I'm gonna go play a visual novel after this. I've gotten some.
Actually, I wanna hear someone do a douchey nitpick voice before I go.
Georgia, that's your job.
Yay!
All right, now do lemon grab.
Now do lemon.
Oh God, someone do lemon grab.
Not. There's another. My mom's in the house. I don't want to scream that loud.
Okay.
I do want I don't want to scream out loud because my mom is sleeping, but.
If Sushi and Lemon Crab met up, I think the world would go down.
Oh my god.
They would reach a pitch that only dogs can hear.
Yeah, and then they go to a war concert, and then everyone just, their ears explode, and it's all over.
It would make me very, very happy. Someone make that happen. If anyone is listening to this,
anyone at all?
Anyone
else?
Hello.
In space, no one can hear us podcast.
Can that be the name of the podcast?
Okay, yeah.
Did I miss it?
Wow, and that just came to you. Phenomenal. Oh, I know what I know what I wanted to say before I go. I am going to be watching all Linkara's storylines from beginning to end. I've never seen them before.
Good luck.
So, Christy and Catherine have kind of filled me in on where I need to begin, so I will keep you guys posted on my progress.
Okay.
Missing No gets so creepy. I'm just warning you.
Well, just keep watching Game of Thrones and have more Game of Thrones to talk about next week. I want to know.
Okay, I'll have.
Greer needs to continue reading A Song of Ice and Fire.
Clash of Kings is starting out really slow. I haven't gotten past the prologue.
Blasphemer.
Huh?
God, I'm so lucky I came across. You took your headphones out.
I'm just gonna show up at your house like that skit with Mark and Cinnamon Toast Skin and be like, have you read it yet?
Hey, Greer.
Hey, Greer.
Actually, guys, before we go, can I just get really sentimental for a moment?
Sure.
I maybe it's because I'm on my period and I'm feeling emotional.
Are you drunk?
But no, I haven't had a drink.
I feel like what's coming is like a drunk person slur.
No, but can I? All right, no, it is. Even though I'm not drunk, maybe I'm just permanently drunk now. I love doing this podcast, and I'm so glad I met you three.
I love doing this.
Me too.
I love
it's
God.
so fun.
That's all right.
It's so much fun.
No, I really mean that. Like, I hope that we all meet up someday. Like, I love you guys.
I love you guys too. We definitely will. One day it's gonna happen. I hope I'm friends with you guys for the rest of my life.
Me too.
Aww. I'm gonna go cry.
That's
That's adorable. That was my American accent with a little bit of Janice from Friends.
very nice.
And on
my
that
contract
note,
permits me to not be sentimental. I'm sorry.
That's because you have to edit, Greer. Look forward to editing tomorrow, Greer. Have fun.
I'll probably
Bye.
get to it today, but bye everyone.
This is why Greer can't be sentimental, because she has all this shit to do. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.